It's Project Cargo Professionals. We're live at Breakbulk Europe here in Rotterdam with KP, Kyriacos from AAL. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
How was the first day for you?
Quite busy, I would say, as expected. This is one of the busiest events of the year. And as expected, it was busy and full crowd and very constructive meetings and catch up with the whole industry, whether these are customers or these are vendors and associates, competitors. So this is the time where we all get together.
Absolutely.
And we share our views and our experiences, and we get along with it quite nicely.
And you're speaking at the event on Project Cargo demand for 2026 and beyond. So tell us what that looks like from your perspective. What's AAL seeing, the sectors and the types of cargo that are generating most demand for you guys?
Well, cargo demand in our sector, I think, is quite healthy. It's driven by I would say, desperate need for more energy generation to support the industry's developments across the globe. It's not just a regional demand; it's basically a global demand. So one sector where we see a healthy growth is, of course, on the power generation, which has to do also with wind energy. Is predominantly driven our demand. And as far as we are concerned, we built the ships around the demands of this industry. It's one industry that we are banking for quite many years. And aside that, we see also over the last years a very significant growth in demand for oil and gas, which majority comes from North America as well as from Middle East. Mm-hmm. Of course, Middle East, as we all know lately, is under a few challenges, which hopefully should be a short-term situation. And then the rest comes from typical regular flow of cargoes, of project cargoes and other general multi-purpose cargo.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about the situation in the Middle East. How exposed are you guys there? How's it affected your operations and your customers?
Well, Middle East situation affects everybody, whether this is shipping, whether this is financial industry, whether this is, I think every industry is suffering from it indirectly and directly. Directly, I would say yes, we have a negative impact because that was one of the regions that we had a business model been going on for many years with regular liner services calling the region. And on top of that, we also have a vessel which is also stuck there for the last 3 months. So it's a region which is it's a vital for our industry, and I think everybody is suffering from it. I mean, some of us to a great extent, and some others to a lesser extent. We are very happy, and I think it's a pleasant news that we see over the last 1-2 days that there is an agreement being reached. And this is what we are hoping for, that the opening of Hormuz will bring a new era and back to the old norm. And we have ceased our service into PG because of that.
To where?
To PG, Persian Gulf, sorry.
Yeah.
But of course, within our business models and business services, we have the flexibility of diverting and our fleet elsewhere in different locations, different regions.
And you recently announced 2 additional new vessels, the Super B-class vessels.
Correct.
What's given you such confidence to go further with that when other people are not too sure what to do about new buildings?
Well, there's 2 approaches with regards to new buildings. One comes from the real operator approach, as us. And we as AAL, is within our history, is within our policies, is within our ambitions and our long-term visions that we need to have a modern fleet. So that falls into the area of maintaining a premium quality service by having modern fleet. So we have shown the market, at least for the last 3+ decades that we are in this business, that every 10 years we have a new building plan. And this goes along with a long-term strategy and a long-term vision. So it's the second approach, which, yes, you can you can argue there is some hesitance about. It's the so-called investors approach, where they build new ships on the return, on the expectation that these ships will generate a high return and a good valuable IRR return. We see it differently. So for ours, on our case, it's completely different. It's an act that we reinvest in our business, we reinvest in the future of the business, and making sure always and constantly that we maintain our reputation of a modern fleet and a good, reputable premium carrier.
Tell us a bit about them, because I saw a video with your chairman and he described them as something completely new for the market. So give us, I won't say the sales pitch, but tell us what makes them so unique.
I will only quote what the industry says about these vessels. And the feedback we get from customers, from engineering, coming from different sources, whether this is from carriers or from project stakeholders, they all have very pleasant, good comments about our new ships. And I think we have given the market already a history that every time we are building ships, AAL is building ships, which comes from the back of decades of experience. We are a wider group with very much experience in ship owning. We have been involved in 300 plus shipbuilding projects. We bring along the expertise, the technical expertise aspect from our ship management companies, as well as we bring along the commercial aspect, because this is the two major significant aspects when building a ship, is that you need to cope with the technical trends of the new engines, of the new specs of the vessels, as well as combining that with the commercial aspect, whereby we, especially in our sector, where the trends and the developments within the project cargo changes, and our practice of 10 years interval basically captures that. So we're always coping with the trends of the commercial aspect. And this is where we have given in the design of these vessels that we are coping with the trends of the wind energy. We are coping with the trends of the new technologies on the technical aspect, the engines and the surrounding technical specifications of the vessel. But most importantly, coping with the business models that we are serving this industry in terms of our liner services, our tramping, and our trade lanes coverage, and which regions we are serving and which industries we are serving. And this is very vital for the new designs.
So you're onto a winner with the new vessels.
Others say so, we don't.
And you've named one of them the AAL Mumbai.
Correct.
So
yes.
That means that India is an important market
India
for you. Tell us about that.
India is important market, and I think everybody in shipping appreciates the fact that India is growing to become a significant player in the market in terms of both exports and imports. And when we're talking about project cargo, when we're talking about our sector, yes, India is one region that we want to. And being a global player, you need to have India within your services. So yes, and as we name our ships after the trades we are serving, India is of course was next to be appreciated in this respect, and next to be respected.
And lastly, I just want to ask you, when John joined us at Christmas for our cook-off, the group were a little bit concerned this year about the competition coming from the container lines and other types of vessels, that they would increasingly be looking for project cargo and breakbulk. How's that played out this year? Are you seeing that threat from other sectors?
Well, in every cycle of shipping, we experience the so-called intruders into our...
The intruders?
That's what we call them, actually. Into our cargo, the project cargo. Yes.
And are you fighting them off?
So far, at the end of the day, it's the capabilities of their vessels and their service offerings cannot match or cannot come near to match the capabilities of a real project carrier in terms of the tonnage, the ships we operate, as well as in terms of the ports we're servicing. So there's not much they can compete with, other than and this is also always something which we closely monitor, other than the general cargo.
Yeah.
The palletized, small palletized cargo, or even to the extent of steel cargo, where at times when the container market is at recession and they're desperate for cargo, yes, of course they offer competitive freight rates, I would say, to those type of general cargo, forestry, steel, which can be palletized or can be containerized.
Yeah.
And this we have experienced it already in the last 3-4 cycles of shipping. Likewise with Roro, lots of machinery also.
Yeah.
It's they
Even
get
some big stuff's going on Roro now, isn't it?
indeed, yes.
Yeah.
But then again, not to the extent and the service offering that we can offer, and it has to also include major ports that the container lines and the Roro services are covering.
Keep fighting then, Kyriacos.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.